Hi students, today we have come up with a new topic, that is nutrition in human beings. As we already know, every living organism follow the process of nutrition in order to active their metabolic reactions or life process in them. And today we are going to discuss the nutrition process in human beings. And when we talk about the nutrition process, so there are 5 steps in the nutrition process. That is ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. And the ingestion process is nothing but the intake of food. Then the digestion process, the food we that eat, then it passes to the digestive tract. Then in this tract, this food is thoroughly mixed up and then break down into its simplest form. That process is known as digestion. Then absorption, the digestive food then is absorbed by the linings of the intestine, is called absorption of food. And assimilation is the conversion of that digestive food into energy. And egestion is the process of the removal of the waste from the body of the organism. These are the 5 steps involved in the case of nutrition. So let us discuss about nutrition. What happened to the food that goes into our digestive tract? As we know that nutrition is the process of obtaining food by an organism. Then every different organism take different types of food. Precisely when we talk about this human being, we eat different types of food, and these different types of food that has to be passed through the digestive tract called the alimentary canal. Alimentary canal starts from the mouth and it ends in the anus. The inner walls of this alimentary canal is very soft. Therefore, the food that eat has to be processed to generate pass through the alimentary canal. And the first breaking down of the particle, food particle, take place in our mouth. Our teeth crush them into, break down into smallest particles so that it can be easily passed through the food pipe, that is oesophagus. Then how does it happen? When we chew the food, this food particle break down into simplest form or smaller particles so that it can easily pass through. Then, since this food is dry and this food is wetted by a liquid present in our mouth, that is called saliva, and this saliva consists of enzymes, and these enzymes break down this simplest particle and make as a paste so that it can be easily passed through the oesophagus. And this oesophagus is made of muscles, and these muscles have a peristaltic movement. What do you mean by peristaltic movement then? It's a rhythmically contraction, and let us discuss in detail. As I said, the alimentary canal is a long tube, and the various parts of this alimentary canal perform various functions so that the food can be digested well. So, the alimentary canal starts from the mouth, okay, and the food that we eat break down by our teeth with the help of enzymes present in the saliva, and then it is made as a paste so that it can be easily passed through the food pipe, and then it reaches the stomach. Stomach is a bag made by muscle and which consists of gastric glands. And when the food goes into the stomach through the food pipe or oesophagus, then the gastric glands releases the acids like hydrochloric acid. With the help of these acids and the enzymes, it break down into simplest particles, and then it mixes thoroughly in the stomach. The gastric glands also release a amino enzyme called pepsin, and that convert these proteins into amino acids, and also release mucus, and the mucus is act as a protective medium and to protect the walls of the stomach. The mucus released by the gastric glands of the stomach protects the lining of the stomach from that acidic medium, and acidic medium is produced when the food is mixed up with the acid, hydrochloric acid, and then it protects the linings of the stomach from the acidic medium under normal conditions. Then the digested food is taken to the small intestine, and this process is controlled by a sphincter muscle. And as the food enters into the small intestine is the longest part of the digestive system. They are highly coiled in order to compact them in a comparatively small space. So the inner lining of the small intestine consists of a finger-like structures, villi, and these villi are richly supplied by blood vessels. The food that coming from the stomach is acidic in nature, and the acidic nature of this food has to be changed into alkaline, and this is accomplished by the bile juice, which is released from the liver. And the bile juice also act on fats. The fats are present in the small intestine as large globules, and this has to be changed into smallest globules, and the enzymes that produced by the pancreas carry out this function. The pancreatic enzymes like trypsin breaking down these fat globules into the smaller globules of fat. The walls of the small intestine contains glands which release intestinal enzymes. These enzymes finally convert the proteins into amino acids, carbohydrates into sugar, and carbohydrate into glucose, fats into fatty acids. Then the digestion process is complete. This digested food then taken into the walls of the small intestine. As I said before, the small intestine consists of a finger-like structures, villi. These villi are richly supplied by the blood vessels, and the digested food is then taken into the bloodstream through the villi and the blood vessels, and then it is transported to the various cells present in our bodies where the assimilation process takes place. Then there will be some unabsorbed food, and this unabsorbed food is then taken into the large intestine, say comparatively large sized tube, and most of the water is absorbed in the large intestine from the unabsorbed food, and then it is ready to remove from the body, and the exit of this waste materials from the body by the action of a sphincter muscle in the anus. And this is all about the digestion, nutrition.